All right, welcome in. It's Pit to Podium. I forgot what episode it is. I think it's 35.
I was going to say 35 or 36.
It might be 35, 36, regardless of what episode it is.
I'll check.
Yeah, while he's checking, we've got a very, very special guest in today's episode. It is Alex Weiss, Aerodynamics Co-Lead of the West Virginia University Formula SAE team here for a very special interview. Alex, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, great. Here, can you just speak a little bit closer to the mic? Yeah, that's perfect. Sorry. No, you're good. Yeah, we're actually ecstatic for you to come here. I think we've talked about having someone from the SAE team coming in on Pit to Podium for probably about a year now. So this is honestly a dream come true. But I see that you're wearing a lot of Fernando Alosno stuff, so that makes me happy a lot.
Yeah, definitely a big fan.
They forced me to wear Aston Martin stuff for our media day. I am a Ferrari fan. I do not have any Ferrari merchandise, so I was forced to wear Toro Rosso and then Aston Martin.
Oh,
I was in pain.
It's a great look.
It's episode 35.
Is it episode 35? Okay, perfect.
If you know the laws of motorsport, green equals slow.
Well, green could mean go though.
Mm-hmm.
No. You know? Anyways, regardless.
Green equals tractor.
Well, I mean, hey, John Deere is green, so.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, regardless, it's 27 degrees outside, though I think it feels a lot colder. It's rather windy outside. It feels like 10 degrees, so 17 degrees colder. But yeah, Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself, major, what you do here at West Virginia, and just a little bit about SAE.
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm Alex. I'm from Washington, Pennsylvania. It's my second year here at the college. I'm a dual major in mechanical and aerospace engineering. I've been on the Formula SAE team since right off the rip once I got here. I've always been really big into cars. I've always loved anything that has an engine and wheels, really. So planes, trains, any of that. And over the past couple years, I've really gotten interested into Formula One and just racing in general. And aerodynamics has been my main interest within that. So being on the team, trying to put in as many hours as I can, doing what I can, being with the people that I like to work with, it's really come along well so far and keeps on getting better.
Yeah. So did you come to West Virginia for the SAE team, or did you just what brought you to the college?
That was definitely a big part in it, but I also have family that used to go here. My grandpa and my uncle are both alumni here, so really draws me in. Nice. And it's close to home.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's honestly why a lot of people come to West Virginia. My roommate is very same. I think he's also from Washington, PA as well.
Way.
Peters Township, high school he went to. So
I know where that is.
Church
Houston. Oh yeah,
that's not too far from me. I'm from Pine Richland, so.
No way. Huh.
Whipfield connection.
Small world. Small world it is. I'm from Maryland, so there's that. Regardless. So I guess take us through what goes into Formula SAE.
Yeah.
Like what does the SAE stand for? Like what do you guys do?
Yeah, so obviously Formula SAE, so Formula, we're building a Formula One style-esque car. And then SAE stands for Society of Automotive Engineers. So basically just like the head engineers of the automotive world. So they put on a competition every year where in the spring you get to go to Michigan International Raceway, a NASCAR track up there, and you get to compete against around 120 different teams each year, most of them from North America, but you also have some coming in from other countries. And in the fall, we spend a lot of our time researching and designing the car online using computer design software and testing, stuff like that. And then the spring is when we actually go through and build the car. So right now, we're beginning to get some of our pieces and components in, starting to be able to put some stuff from pen and paper to real life.
Okay, nice. So how long does it usually take to get the designs from the paper to, I guess, in a physical manifested form?
Yeah, it all kind of depends on the sub-teams, but normally we'll have a rolling car middle of the spring semester, March, April-ish. But right now, we're just getting in some of our hardware and metal and stuff like that, just finalizing some of our orders. So within this next week or two here, we're going to be making a lot of our carbon fiber things because we don't need the rest of the car to make a lot of those. So currently on plan to have a driving car around April-ish. In the past, we've been a little iffy with our final times, but we've been getting better every year, so we're really hopeful.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's extremely interesting. I mean, for engineering students, I mean, do you accept more than just engineering students, or is it mainly engineering students? Like, how many? Like, what's the differential there?
Yeah, we'll take anyone. You don't have to be engineering. You can be an arts major, literature major, doesn't matter. We have a couple business students helping out right now with our more business case type things. We have some people on our media team, but a lot of the people that end up building the car are engineers, but we also have some electrical. We have engineering tech, aerospace, mechanical. We have a good mix, but we'll take absolutely anyone. Yeah.
So let's go from Formula SAE, like that broad, into what you do. You said you're the Aerodynamics Co-Lead. Like, what exactly goes into that on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so in the fall, I do a lot of, it's called CFD, or computer fluid dynamics. So it's essentially just like a digital wind tunnel for the car, testing out different body panel styles, different wings, different diffusers, stuff like that. And then also doing a little bit of physical testing out different wing sections. This year, we're actually trying to go into making hollow wings instead of a foam core in them. Mm-hmm. So doing stuff like that. And then in the spring, basically just going through making a bunch of molds for all the body panels on the car, and then actually laying up carbon fiber or other materials onto them and making all those different pieces.
Awesome.
Is most of your stuff that you've designed, is that mostly done digital, and then you get to a certain number of designs and then you go, let's try these ones physical, and then you sort of narrow it down from there?
We do a lot of trial and error stuff. Yeah, we'll go from a couple broad concepts and then narrow it down through a lot of testing. Some physical stuff, some digital stuff the whole way through. This year, it was a lot of digital stuff, a lot of CFD. But we also had some things like we went to scale down wind tunnels and tested out mini models of our car to see different wings, different angles of riding, stuff like that.
And then how much do you change depending on driver feedback? Is that even a thing you care about at all, or is it basically just, here you go, here's the car, drive it?
That's one of the biggest driving factors behind how we build the car, is just driver feedback, because you don't want a lot of understeer, you don't want a lot of oversteer, so we do adjustable wing flaps in the front and rear that can help with that bias, get a good balance there, and also just making it comfortable for the driver, making it something that they can handle and drive fast.
Yeah. Like, how much, I guess, could you say, customizable? Like, how customizable is the car to the actual driver?
We have a decent bit of stuff. We're adding more and more. Right now, we have a brake bias adjuster, changing how hard your brakes will be in the front or rear. We have, like I said, those adjustable wing flaps. We can change our tire pressures whenever. We have adjustable shocks and dampers on our suspension. There's a lot of stuff that we can do for that.
And do you have just one driver that drives the car, or do you have multiple, so then you have to change presets based on whoever's driving?
We usually try to keep similar presets between people, but at competition, it's actually mandated. I believe it's minimum of 4 different drivers throughout competition, and it's all students from the team. And we rotate through, different people get to do different stuff, and we'll have even more people testing out on test day, so we can really dial in what each person likes.
And what kind of those competitions are? Sorry, Andy.
You're good.
Are they more like shorter, just time trials? Do you have, I assume you wouldn't have actual races against other people. Is it more of just like time trials with specific courses?
Yeah, it's mostly time trial stuff. Now, if you win the competition in Michigan this past year, some people, the winners, did get to go over to Italy and do some wheel-to-wheel racing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do. But we mostly just do, like you said, time trial stuff. We'll do a little figure 8 to see how well we can do in the corners, an acceleration event, a braking event, and then an autocross event, which is just a couple little squiggles with some cones.
Yeah, so let's take a look at, I guess, some of the the parts of the designs are just like what like how you design it and whatnot. Like what systems do you use to actually design these cars?
Like what, softwares and stuff?
Yeah. Like how, like what do you actually use and how do you use it?
Oh, okay, yeah. So a lot of stuff we do is in CAD or computer-aided design software called NX or Siemens NX. That's where we'll make all of our original shapes and designs for the parts. Like, we want to make sure that we're within the regulations of certain boxes that we can put parts compared to the rest of the car. We want to make sure things will hold up well enough, too, that they're strong enough. And we'll use, I believe it's ANSYS for that. We'll do a lot of structural testing, or FEA, finite element analysis. If you can't tell, there's a lot of little
acronyms.
Yeah, a lot of acronyms. But, yeah, so we'll do structural testing in there and tweak from there. And then we'll make our full assembly of the car within NX. And like I said before, we use that CFD software. It's called Star CCM for us. And that's how we'll do all of our fluid testing, making a good intake, making our body panels really streamlined, stuff like that.
And this is all student done?
Yep, everything is done by the students. We have our faculty advisor, Dr. Wayne, who is amazing. And he kind of watches over us, helps us where we need, but everything else is student ran.
That's awesome. You said earlier, like you alluded to this test day of like what, like how you test this car and how much it, you test it obviously.
Yeah.
What does test day look like? How rigorous do you test this car, and what kind of tests do you do on the car to make sure it's good or not good?
We'll do a lot of different stuff. We even do some testing at the beginning of the fall semester with our car from the previous year. So our car last year was called MR1. This year we're building MR2, not affiliated with Toyota. But we're just basically trying out, like I said before, driver feedback stuff, testing our suspension, tires, things like that. And then also just trying out a mini autocross course or a mini figure eight, seeing where we can really improve on. So we'll try those different wing angles, we'll stiffen up our shocks, we'll change our tire pressure, and just see what makes a big difference. And then from that we can pull data and put it into the design for the next year.
And can that be done on the fly? Like you're like, where do you usually test?
We normally go up to the old band practice lot at the Coliseum.
Okay.
They just recently tarmacked over it. So we'll get a police escort up there, and then we'll put cones around there and drive around for typically like 2-3 hours-ish, some more, some less. And then basically just go through, swap different people out, and it'll be like 15-ish minutes per person, go through, just check things out. And then if we break something, that's our typical sign. Okay, we need to go back to the shop, fix that. That'll be the end of this test day. Or if it goes well enough, we just keep on going until we really get what we want.
So you can make these changes to the car pretty much on the fly, on location. So you don't have to like go back to the shop and make small adjustments that you could do out in the field.
Yeah, we try to make our design as easy to maintain and adjust as possible. So all of our wings we can adjust with just a couple screws, change the angle. We can change our suspension by just twisting the springs and little rings on them. And yeah, a lot of the stuff we can just bring with us in a truck or van, like different weigh scales, different tape measures, things like that.
Yeah.
And how much spare parts do you get? Do you have a lot of the same material just waiting so you can swap them out if it's broken, or is most of it unique and you just have to sort of figure it out as you go along?
Almost everything we make is unique. We will make a couple spares for things like different rods for suspension and spare tires, stuff like that. But I'd say around 90% of the car is just made by students. We buy the engine, wheels, tires, shocks, and a couple other little things. But other than that, we make basically everything on the car.
Yeah.
Is it a gas engine or electric?
Right now we have a gas engine. We have a 450cc dirt bike engine right now. But next year, hopefully, we're going to be switching to a street bike engine, which will bump us up another 150cc, which will be pretty good for us.
How much does money take effect in racing just in general? I mean, we talk all the time of having, different liveries and how like Formula One is, I don't know, getting bland or not too bland with sponsors and whatnot. But I guess from someone that works in the industry of racing, how much do sponsors mean to like race teams? How expensive can racing get?
It can be really make or break sometimes. Like luckily we have a couple big sponsors that'll donate some of our metal for us or will give us discounts with other things, but we do get a set budget every year that each year we do get a new budget that we can adjust slightly, but the university gives us a set amount and says, okay, here's how much you have. You can get more from sponsors and whatnot, but if you go over, sorry. So they are very gracious with how much they give us. They're very good about that. But we still try to minimize costs as much as we can because being on a race team, there's always going to be stuff that goes wrong that you can't foresee. Like on our last test day with last year's car, we had a wheel fall off.
Oh, no.
So that was a pretty big failure. Now, luckily, we're not taking that car to competition again, but now we know what we need to fix. And luckily, we didn't have to spend money repairing that. But now we know what to improve and how to really watch for that in the future.
Are you able to tell us who you actually like work with, like what companies you work with and what they give you and what, how they supply you with stuff?
Yeah, a lot of big stuff. Alro is a big metal sponsor for us. We're going to be actually placing an order with them within this week here, getting all of our metal from them. We have Hoosier Tires. That's like the FSAE standard, but they're very gracious with mounting at competition and stuff like that. We have a company called VR3 that's welding up our chassis for us. We design the chassis, ship off the design to them, and they design it, weld it, and bring it back to us. So those are a couple of our larger ones, but we have so many others, like people that help support us through foundations and just personal donations. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's for someone who doesn't understand, racing and how much, what goes into it. I don't think money is sort of on the top thing of just, you don't really expect this to be as expensive as it, as it can be. And, sponsors are everything, nowadays, but it's just one of those really, burning interesting things that I've had, for a long time. And, I saw like I think this might've been last year or something like that. This was before your time, Blake. I saw a Haas F1 team truck go through Morgantown. I had no idea why.
Oh, no way.
Is that Formula SAE's doing, or is that?
No, that's not us. That's
really.
I had no idea.
Really?
It was a Haas truck.
Yeah. So it was a white box truck. It was just very, very plain and simple. It looked like a U-Haul truck, but it was all white, and on the side of it says Haas F1 team.
Oh, it's an F1 team, because I know we have a lot of machines down at engineering that are Haas brand.
Sure.
But I didn't know that there was a F1 team truck that drove.
Yeah,
no way.
That's really weird. I don't know why it would be up here.
I know, and the thing is, like, I wish I got a photo of it, but it was so fast. I was walking by the Coliseum, and it's like I was walking over across the street, like from the Creative Arts Center, and going to the parking lot to go back to my apartment or whatnot, and then I just see it's to my left. It's like, oh, there's just this really big box truck, and oh my god, it says Haas F1 team. I'm like,
no
and I'm
way.
like, yeah, it was really odd, and after a while, I was like, that must have been the Formula SAE team. It just something that popped in my head, but. Wow, it wasn't you guys. Wow.
No.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I guess something that I should have asked beforehand. But what year are you? What year of college are you in?
I'm a sophomore right now.
Okay.
But since I'm doing the dual major, mechanical and aerospace, there's a chance I might have a second senior year, pushing me to 4.5 or 5 years.
Okay.
But yeah, so second year of college out of either 4 or 5.
Okay. So roughly in your midway point.
Yeah.
And you see yourself being in the SAE team for a while?
Absolutely.
All the way.
I'm dedicated. I love it. It's the place to be.
Yeah.
Does it contribute at all to your major, or are there classes that you do that contribute to your major from the SAE, or is it completely independent?
There's a lot of overlap. Both of them help each other a lot. There's a lot of classes that I took beforehand where I didn't really know a lot, and I learned through Formula about them. Like, I had a computer design class last semester that I wouldn't have known that before college, but luckily through Formula SAE, my first semester, I got to design a steering wheel, and that helped me learn that whole software.
Right.
And then also you can choose to be in the Formula SAE club or team as a volunteer or take it as a class. You can get credits from it, and you can even take it as your capstone and do a whole
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
So there's a lot of overlap in ways you can work with it.
No, that's interesting, because it's like I feel like Formula SAE for engineering students is like U92 for us media students.
Okay.
Both him and I are both sports and adventure media majors, and we do like this at U92 is a radio station. We just broadcast sports and select sports, but
we're here a lot.
But at the same time, it's like we do this. It's pretty much all volunteer. Like, it's all volunteer work. Almost none of this overlaps with our actual classwork.
Okay.
But wow, that's actually interesting. So okay, let's say if a volunteer, let's say like a sports and adventure media major wants to go into Formula SAE, like what kind of things can they do as a normal person outside of the engineering field?
Yeah, you can come in and, I mean, if you're dedicated enough, if you want to learn things, you can do absolutely anything on the team. I mean, we've had some media people come in and take photos for us at test days, make social media posts, help advertise for us. And we've even had engineers come in and do that. We can sort of let people do what they want within the team. And I mean, if you're contributing, we appreciate absolutely anything. So if there's one thing you really like to do, you can work towards that, and we can absolutely make it happen.
Okay, I'll be a driver then.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask that, like, if, let's say, I guess this would be a selfish question, but, like, what would one have to do to be a driver for this team?
Mm-hmm. Now, it's mostly people who stick around with the team for a while, are really dedicated. It depends on how much effort you put in, how much you contribute, how just generally passionate you are about the team, and also a bit of it, how good you can actually drive the car.
Sure.
So just this past semester, I got my first ever time just trying out the car on a little
congratulations.
figure eight. Yeah, and it is a ton of fun.
Sure.
I absolutely recommend joining the teams. You can work up to that. It is
Right.
an amazing experience. But typically it's like juniors, seniors, typically that'll drive the car. But if you're passionate enough, you can absolutely do it.
What's it like driving it? Is it similar to the way you drive a normal car? Or are you sort of more level with like your knees close to your chest, like what you see with the normal F1 car?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix between both, because since the car's so small and light, the steering isn't incredibly heavy once you get moving. It feels pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
But at a standstill, you feel like you're in a Formula One car. I mean, if you're taller like me, your knees are kind of close on the sides. But, I mean, we can adjust back and forth and side to side a little bit for that. But you feel like you are in a proper race car.
Yeah.
It's definitely a odd mixture of the two.
So there is Blake actually brings up a pretty good point. What is the main difference between like your SAE car, F1 car, and a Honda Civic you see on the side of the road?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I'd say between FSAE car and F1 car, the biggest thing is the opportunity you have with the FSAE car. Because we have teams where they'll have no wings on it at all and just fabric as their body panels, but they'll have a huge tuned up street bike engine in the back. Or you'll have a team that has crazy full carbon fiber bodywork and stuff and $250,000 budget and things. But then they'll have a little single cylinder in the back. Like there's just so many different ways you can interpret it. There's a lot of different rule variation.
And then what's the difference between the SAE car and then like a normal like road car?
I'd say comfort, obviously. 'Cause, I mean, you're open air. You just have a helmet and a roll bar and straps and a seat. So it's equally as safe, if not safer, than a road car in some ways, I'd say.
You don't get a touchpad in the Formula SAE car?
No. We do have a digital dash, but it only talks to us. We can't talk to it too well while we're driving.
Fair enough.
Is it an automatic transmission or manual?
Kind of both. It's like it's weird.
Explain.
So with some manual cars, like you have your clutch, your brake, your gas, and then a H pattern style shifter. But with us, since it's a dirt bike engine, it's just an up-down like kick switch that normally you'd kick it with your foot to go up or down a gear. But we just use the clutch to let out, and then after that, we have an air bottle system where we have a big piston that sits on the shifter, and that'll kick the gear up or down for us whenever we hit paddles on the wheel.
Interesting. So you've got both a clutch on the floor on the floor, and then also a paddle system.
Our clutch isn't even on the floor. We have a dirt bike clutch handle that we have on the inside of the chassis up with your hand. So
interesting.
Since you only need it whenever you're taking off, you can just have one hand firm on the wheel and then the other hand slowly letting off the clutch. And then after that, since you don't need to touch it again, it's just brake with your left foot, gas with your right foot, and then paddle for each hand. So you can really get one limb per thing.
Interesting. I think it's Lewis Hamilton that does this before, like during his race starts, where if you watch like his cockpit like videos, he has like one hand like over top the steering wheel and the other on the upshift. So then I guess like I've been told that it's in case you don't accidentally downshift, but I think that's also a clutch thing. But like that sounds somewhat that sounds somewhat similar.
Like semi-auto clutch manual system. I think you're right.
Yeah, because I think all of the F1 cars and like major cars, like if you look at like sports car, they all have clutches, but it's like a button. So you don't. Yeah. It's like either like a button or like a paddle on the back that you press. So
yeah, I'm not even fully sure how a button clutch works. That's really interesting.
Yeah,
but yeah, I have noticed that. It is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're buttons unless you're racing like Miatas or something like that. They're like really really old cars that have the clutch or whatnot.
Or just if you're in the car with a roll cage.
Yeah,
right.
Or you're in like the Australian supercar series, they have a full clutch.
So those things are so cool.
You know, I did not know what that was until Blake showed it to me, and I was like, That's incredible.
Oh, it's
They're
one of
awesome.
my favorite racing series. Seeing Bathurst every year is awesome to
Yeah.
see.
So you alluded to, the amount of other programs that are in Formula SAE. Now, is this just in the U.S. or is this international? Like between the U.S. and Canada, maybe U.S. and Mexico. Like how many and where are these programs?
Oh yeah, it's all over the world. There's can't remember if it's Asia as a whole or a strictly Japan series, but there's one over there that takes place in Japan every year.
Okay.
There's, I think, 1 or 2 in Europe every year. So you'll get Germany, Poland, Italy, Spain, everyone from over there. And then there's a North American series in the U.S. up in Michigan every year, and that'll be from Canada, Mexico. I think we even had a team or 2 from Spain this year. I'm pretty sure that Spanish team won this past year, if I remember right.
Fernando Alonso connection right there.
All part of El Plan.
The L Plan. That's awesome. I got to use that. But yeah, do you...
Do you not know what the L Plan?
I mean, I did. It's just... I don't know if I've heard it in a long time or not. It's just been a while.
Yeah.
Now, I guess this is also another selfish question. Is there a backyard brawl in Formula One or in Formula SAE?
Well, I think doesn't Pitt have their own program?
They do, yeah. Pitt, Penn State, Carnegie Mellon, they all have their own. But there's also 3 different subcategories in Formula SAE. There's a internal combustion series, a hybrid series, and then a electric series. Just recently, all 3 of them switched to the electric series. So right now, we're not facing up against them. But we went up to the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix historic race this past summer, and we were able to do the hill climb against them.
Oh, nice.
Now, they got us on the start because electric car, so they were crazy good up there. But once we got to the turns, we were doing pretty good, and I think we placed roughly halfway through the field of 50-something cars there.
Oh, wow.
So I think we beat like a Porsche or 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my. So,
and a car that tops out at about 70 miles an hour.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So what other big competition schools, where in the nation are these really, really good premier SAE programs?
Yeah. UNC Charlotte is a big one. Their cars are always amazing. Purdue does pretty good. A couple teams from California come up. They're pretty good. Yeah, it's mostly eastern side of U.S. That's the main contenders. But like I said, we had that Spanish team. It kind of jumps around every year. So it's always really interesting.
I can't imagine UNC being a very. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because Hendricks and NASCAR down there.
They're always a big deal. Yeah.
Now, let's go to Mountaineer Racing. Is that the team's formal name, Mountaineer Racing?
Yeah.
Awesome. How are how do you guys normally perform? What's the ceiling? Obviously, I mean, I'm sure the ceiling is actually massive, but still.
Yeah.
What's the range on performance every year?
We used to have a team back in, I think it was the 70s and 80s when the series first started. And we did pretty good to my knowledge back then. I don't know too much about before when I joined the team, but we started up the team again in early 2000s, 2010s-ish, and we were kind of lower in the pack because, I mean, it was a fresh start for us. And then we had some trials and errors. We couldn't get through some of the tech inspection stuff. We had some trouble with brake failure 2 cars ago. We didn't pass the brake test correctly, I believe. And then this past year, we were finally able to pass all the tech again. So I believe we got 70-something out of 120. Okay. So not awful, almost halfway. But this year, our goal is top 50 out of there. We're hoping to pass that halfway mark. And this year, we're making some pretty decent improvements on last year's car, which was already a huge jump up. So I think we'll be doing pretty good as years go on.
Now, what kind of changes are you making to the car this year, if you can tell us?
Yeah. So this year, we're using the same engine as last year, that same 450cc dirt bike engine, but we're going to try to improve our cooling because that's another issue we've always had. We've had some issues with overheating and stuff in the past. Like last year on our autocross, we actually blew up the bottom half of our engine on our last run through.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
But it happens. And we know why, so we're fixing that. So upgrading some cooling, some different shrouding to our radiator.
Sure.
We're going to, like I said, the hollow wings in our aero pieces. Just a big thing for us this year is weight reduction because even though we have a smaller engine, we've always been kind of overweight compared to other competitors. So we're really taking advantage of some of the rule points this year, lightening up our chassis where we can, trying to lighten up every component. We're changing to doing a separate seat and firewall this year for safeties and just comfort's sake, because our driver adjustability has been pretty good in the past, but it can always be better. So we're going to have an adjustable pedal box that can go back and forth, and a seat that'll be separate from the firewall, so we can move that on a separate mount too.
Sure.
Are there things like weight limits? How you were talking earlier about like the different design aspects. Some people having more powerful engines, and then not having wings. Some are more downforce based. How broad are the regulations?
Can't give exact numbers. I'm still not too familiar with the rule set, but we'll have some big jumps. Like, I think the Navy last year had a 4-cylinder car that had no wings. It just looked like this big, huge FSAE car with basically car wheels on it instead of our shrunken down ones. And it was fast in the straights. It was pretty good. It was, everything there is all well built. But then you have teams like I said, UNC Charlotte. I believe they had a single cylinder engine, but their car was so light and their tires are so small that they can just keep up.
Sure. And what kind of materials would you use to make these cars so light?
That's another thing that they're really broad with, how we make our chassis, because some people will do a full carbon fiber monocoque like an F1 car.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, most people do tube steel space frames type thing. That's what we do, just because it's easier to design, easier to make mounts for, less testing, and it's just better known.
See, I would have thought it would have been a lot of aluminum because of just how light it is, but I guess it could also be very malleable too.
Yeah.
Also, not as strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll deform a little bit easier, but it absolutely does save weight. So chassis, they're kind of strict on just for driver safety.
Sure.
Sake. But in terms of between carbon fiber and steel, you can absolutely choose whichever one of those two paths you want to go down.
Yeah. So these are all very interesting stuff that I actually didn't even know, honestly. That's all the questions I really had, honestly. Blake, did you have anything else, or?
I was just looking. I was curious. Do you said that you test stuff at, or the main competitions at Michigan Speedway? Do you use the banking at all? Is that any part of it, or is it just like the infield area?
I can't remember if they changed the autocross track, and that's another thing. We also have an endurance section at the end. If you make it there, you get to do 22 kilometers. See if you make it the full way around. Okay. See how good your fuel efficiency is. I think we might have only done that once or twice before. We didn't get to do it this year. Hopefully this year, or we didn't get to this past year. Sorry. Hopefully this year we will. But I believe that for just a small snippet of them, you do get to go up onto the banking. You don't get to do a full lap of the NASCAR track, but they do kind of work it in on some of the infield courses a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, because it'd be interesting if you were able to take your car, and I looked it up. The turns are 18-degree bankings, and the front stretch is 12-degree bankings, so it'd be interesting to see how the car behaves in that sort of environment, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to take a big FSAE team competition photo on the bankings.
Oh, really?
And just sitting there, you feel like you're going to tip over forward if you try to stand up straight. You need to hunch your legs. It's really impressive. So that's another thing. Like, whenever we go up there, we need to make sure our car can't scrape. So it's pretty hard to go from a 12 or 18-degree banking back to 0 on just a little short curb.
Sure. And I mean, like, the 18 degrees doesn't sound like much when you talk about it, but I'm sure once you, like, actually get up and see it, it's like walking up a staircase, probably.
Yeah, it's honestly not far off from that. It's pretty crazy.
I mean, like, what's Zandvoort's banking? Because I think that's pretty steep, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it has to be steeper than that. I don't know by how much, but it's got to be in the 20s.
I mean, I know Daytona is pretty steep.
It's 31 degrees.
31?
Zandvoort?
No, Daytona is 31 degrees.
Daytona, okay.
Daytona is, I'm scared to know what Zandvoort's is then.
Because I think Zandvoort's a lot more steep than I mean, I'd imagine it'd be more steep than both Daytona and Talladega.
Probably.
Because I'm sure Talladega and Daytona are much similar, because I mean, I know Talladega's bigger, but they're similar layouts. They're all rovals. But,
yeah, all NASCAR tracks kind of follow the same formula.
Yeah. I mean, you've got some that are street courses, obviously, like Chicago. The Chicago race a few years ago was awesome. I love that.
It varies though. Like, I was able to drive at Charlotte Motor Speedway this past summer. At 24-degree banking, you can feel it. You're driving in that and you feel it. You're leaning, and that was going probably 90 to 100 miles an hour.
Sure.
So you could feel the centrifugal force. But according to Wikipedia, it's turns 3 is 19 degrees and 13 through 14 is 18 degrees.
Okay. So
it's
actually,
right around the same degree as
about
Michigan.
the same, yeah.
Huh.
So really, you go up to Michigan, you've got a very Zamporti-esque like race course there. That's actually quite interesting. I thought it'd be a lot more steep.
It probably looks more deceptive because of the fact that it's a tighter turn.
True.
Meanwhile, Michigan's is a lot like
Wider, yeah.
in terms of the degree, like I guess the circumference.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll look steeper because of the fact that it's a shorter distance essentially.
Yeah.
That actually brings up a good question. The how do turns, like, you're an aerodynamics guy.
Yeah.
How do you look at turns as an aerodynamics engineer?
We try to imagine the car first whenever it's just sitting on the ground. Okay, how will wind move over it whenever it's just standing still?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you turn it like that, you have to think of a lot of it's how the air is going to exit the car. Because from our front wing, I mean, the air is going to pull up from under the wing and it's going to try to go up. So it'll be hitting the tires at different angles. It'll be hitting our radiator at a different angle. So you try to, if you know, like you're on a NASCAR track where you'll be at an angle the whole time, you can tweak your aero to where one side will be a little heavier than the other in terms of downforce. But for us, we try to get it even because, I mean, we'll be going left and right nonstop.
Sure.
So when you go that high of an angle, you kind of just need to throw on all the downforce you have if you really want to stick well there.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
that's what they do at like IndyCar, the Indy 500. They have all their downforce. It's on an angle, so you can see the front wing. It's leaned to the one side, so they can more easily go through the left turns. I found a little onboard video from Michigan. So this is the 18-degree banking. I'm not sure how well you can perceive it from this. But
for the audio viewers at home,
it's
not so. Looking at it at that point, it doesn't look like. It doesn't look very steep.
No.
But I'm sure when you are driving that car at, like you said, how many cc's did you pull on your SAE car? Is that like 70 or?
Well, our top speed.
Yeah.
You
What's
top
your
out
top
around
speed?
like 70-ish.
Okay.
We have other teams that can probably reach 100 from schools. Yeah, there's a decent bit of variation between teams, but our cornering is pretty good.
Really?
So that's where we get it from.
But I'm sure if you hit those banking at however fast you're going, it can feel like you're either leaning or the ground is trying to push you into the ground. You know?
Yeah.
And Michigan's a fast track.
Sure.
Back in the the last generation of NASCAR, they were able to hit speeds of 219 miles per hour.
Holy moly.
Well, that was for qualifying, but still, that's insane. Especially now, they usually top out around 200.
My goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I only had that one question because that sort of sparked my head. But Blake, you have anything else, or?
I think I don't have anything else.
Yeah. Well, we've gone for about 37 minutes in the actual episode itself. It'll be around like 38 or so. But
actually, I do have one more question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
How well do you think the Aston Martin or Aramco Cognizant Formula One team will do this year?
Adrian Newey, please work your magic.
Or should I say, how much do you think that Lance Stroll will degrade the quality of their team this year?
Yes.
There we go. That's the more realistic question.
We have a running gag where our two co-hosts, AJ and Cece, will rage bait me because they'll glaze Lance Stroll, and it angers me to no end.
Oh.
See, I'm just used to it at this point. It's
as an Aston fan, you're just like, yeah, he's there.
It's either. So the thing is, you've never there. If in the Aston Martin fan base, you have two groups of people. You have the true Aston fans that have been there since Sebastian Vettel.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
Or Fernando Alonso fans.
Yeah.
You never go into a room full of Aston Martin fans. You will not find one Lance Stroll fan.
Nope.
And if you do, that's like a white elephant.
They're from Canada.
That's an endangered species right there.
Yeah, that is an endangered species. Lance Stroll, I need to call somebody. I need to throw that on the list.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an endangered species if it never was that high to begin with.
That's a fair point. It's just like a rare occurring Earth specialty.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the Adrian Newey is
that man's a
lead engineer, team principal.
It's going to be
a guy that does
awesome.
Catering, all that kind of stuff. He's going to do everything.
This year, I'm so excited because, under my phone case, I put a wrap of our team's livery from last year over.
Oh, nice.
Under here is an old Sebastian Vettel phone case.
That's awesome.
From when he first joined Aston. So I'm diehard from back then, and just to see where they've gone to now is awesome. But this year with the Honda engine, Adrian Newey aerodynamics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Honda fan. I drive a Honda. So
do I.
It's just
not sponsored.
Yeah,
not sponsored.
sponsored.
Did you see that Honda changed their logo?
I did.
What did they changed their logo?
They made it look like the old 70s one. It wouldn't be bad if they made it 3D like the old one and made an actual chrome emblem, but they're just going to make it a sticker probably. So
Fair
it'll
enough.
be
Give me the circle around it. I don't know why they needed to get rid of it. That was one of the biggest
Minimalist.
things.
Yeah.
It's minimalist.
We don't like minimalism.
No.
Oh, excuse me.
Or should I say, I don't like minimalism. We do not condone minimalism here at United
Yeah.
States.
Yeah, agreed.
Among
Podium
other
does not.
things.
Yeah, well, yeah, we don't condone gambling here at
Or
United
smoking.
or smoking or the use of foul language, but still.
Yeah. Live a good
Or the
full
support
life.
of Lance
Yeah. Or Lance Stroll fandom. That's something that we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah. If there's anything that you want to plug for the SAE team, definitely please do. We'll definitely. We'll probably take a photo after this. We'll upload it to our Instagram. We'll tag you guys or whatnot. But this is something that I have found. I didn't know about this, like I said, until like my sophomore year of college, where it was actually the sports director's roommate that told me about it, and I'm like, this is really cool, and I wish I could join, but I don't think I really had time with it because of the radio station and whatnot. But still, this is something that I thought needed a lot more, advertisement or something like that, because this is really, really cool stuff. I mean, like, you guys are, like, the fact that you guys are all students, that it is every bit of the car is student made. That I find to be incredible. Like, and the thing is, incredible is not even the word I want to use, because that is just, it's something that I find to be I guess outstanding is another word that I could use, but that doesn't even come close to what the feeling is, because it's just, you guys are not only engineering students, which is hard enough, but you guys are making a race car, and it's obviously it's not Formula One, but at the same time, it's still you're working with a college budget, and I think that's awesome. It really is
a great intro to engineering, just getting in with your hobbies. Because before college, I didn't know anything about engineering. I never took any sort of engineering class in high school, and now I'm learning just as much through Formula as I am in my classes. Everything coincides really well, and like I said, you could take it for credits. You can do it as a volunteer. And anytime anybody wants to stop down in the shop, room B51 in the Engineering Sciences building.
There you go.
Hashtag ad. But yeah, the fact that you're able to just do all this on your own with this amount of resources that you have, it's very commendable. So regardless of how well you do, you're saying wanting to get top 50, even just rolling off and being able to participate, that's truly impressive.
Being top 100, I think, is awesome. I mean, you said out of 250 programs that are in the U.S. or something like that?
It's 120-ish per year, but
still,
there's always more that apply.
Sure.
So, yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure this will be, expanding recently, because with how much, F1 is being grown here in the States, it's definitely taken a bigger role in, advertising. You see it on ESPN. Well, I guess no longer anymore, as to be on Apple, but still, you saw it on ESPN and all that kind of stuff. And you saw how much, how many celebrities are on, on that, TV screen, the same as a race day or whatnot.
We should be more specific. You've seen it on Netflix.
Yeah, true. I guess that's the biggest thing. If Netflix gets their hands on it, it's most likely going to be popular.
Oh,
unless
absolutely.
it's a NASCAR.
I guess that, man. I guess it is
because they had their Drive to Survive style series full speed, and then it did nothing. No one cared.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's because Dale Earnhardt wasn't in it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
He's dead. He has been dead for 25 years.
Yeah, but
he's the heart of NASCAR, though.
Too soon, Andy.
Too soon. It's been 20 years.
It's been a hot while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But still, I mean,
it's also probably because of the playoffs, and it's a whole thing. I'm going to spend the next episode, I'm going to take 10 minutes and complain about the playoff system and why it's good that they changed it back to the 10 race chase.
That's what I was just going to say. Complain no more. They changed it back. I'm a big fan of basically any motorsport, so this is huge for watching NASCAR.
I used to be a NASCAR fan. My grandfather was a bigger NASCAR fan than I was. He was a big Dale Earnhardt fan, and I live for the days of prime Tony Stewart, before the Office Depot car, the orange, original Tony Stewart car. I mean, this was
20 Tony Stewart, Joe Gibbs Tony Stewart.
Yeah, the Joe Gibbs one. I mean, you had Junior in the '88 Mountain Dew car.
Yeah.
There's that one, and then I think Joey Logano still around that time, or was that later on?
Joey
Logano
Logano
a little bit later, I think. I don't know.
Logano replaced Stewart on the 20, and then he went to the 22 with Penske.
Yeah, because I know Stewart went from the 20 to the 14.
Yeah, because
that was his
founded SHR.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then
Stewart Haas Racing.
True.
R.I.P.
Yeah. What was the guy for F1 Haas? What was his name? Gunther Steiner.
Yeah.
Gunther Steiner. I always find him to be a really nice guy. Very unfortunate name because it sounds like a supervillain.
Yeah.
But I mean, back then you had was Jimmy Johnson ran alongside
Jimmy Johnson,
Stewart,
Jeff
right?
Gordon, Clint Boyer, Casey Kane.
Yeah.
Casey Kane. Yeah, that's another big one name.
Let's see. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch.
Oh yeah, both Bushes were there.
Yeah.
God,
I can keep going.
what are they doing now? Both Bushes.
Sure,
Kurt Busch is
actually.
retired because he had a concussion because the Gen 7 cars were not good, and it hit at Pocono. His car, the rear end hit, and then he basically whacked his head, and there was no crumple, so he basically got a concussion. They said, "You're done."
No way.
And now Kyle Busch is at RCR and hasn't won a race in 2 years.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
You got to feel bad for the guy.
I mean, but I mean,
His
like,
teammate's
so long.
Austin Dillon, and if you know how bad he is the Lance Stroll of NASCAR.
Yeah, basically.
the one thing I know about Austin Dillon is that he has the number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Okay, I know you don't retire numbers in NASCAR. I know that's not a thing. There are 2 numbers that you should retire in NASCAR. I guess you could say 3.
43.
43, 3, and then
Not 48.
48. I think you could make an
I
argument
can see
for,
a justification.
but I think you should definitely the 2 numbers I think you should definitely retire in NASCAR at least is the Dale Earnhardt 3 and the Richard Petty 43 or 42. I
agree.
mean,
It was retired.
43.
43. Okay,
Yeah.
I get
The
this.
3
mixed up.
was retired, and then Richard Childress, his grandson, is to Austin Dillon.
Is Austin Dillon.
So nepotism brought back the number 3.
The Lance Stroll connections just keep on
Oh
coming.
my goodness.
Lance Stroll, Cody Ware, both of them are nepotism. Ty Gibbs.
Yeah.
Mick Schumacher.
Yeah.
That's a little bit. The difference is that Ty Gibbs, Cody Ware, and Austin Dillon, all of their father, either their father or their grandfather, owns the team.
Oh, I see.
So they are guaranteed a spot. Meanwhile, Mick Schumacher, he actually had to, fight his way and actually competed and, gain respect.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then he fell off and went to the Alpine Endurance team, and then now is at IndyCar.
Well, I guess could you say that someone like Nikita Mazepin is like that? Because I know
Nikita Mazepin didn't buy his dad didn't buy the team. He was just a major sponsor.
I mean, at that point, are you if you're a major sponsor, what's the difference between being the guy that supplies the money and you buying the team? At that point, what's the difference? What's the difference at that point? You know,
technically don't own it.
You technically don't own it, but at that point,
you do, but you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're still seen in kind of the same light
Right.
without having the title.
Right, but I don't know. It just I lived for those days back in the day. But if it's coming back, I don't know. I might dabble in some NASCAR every now and then. But I would love to watch
Daytona 500 preview.
I mean, hey, I don't know.
We can do it.
Might have a few more guests. I might have a few more guests lined up after
I will
this
not do
episode.
another 45-minute presentation where I'll only get where I only get through half of it. That's why we're not doing the Rolex 24 part to do because of this interview. So,
but I mean, if you do want to take a look at the rest of that presentation, it is still up on our website.
So you can look at all you can look at all the hypercars and a bunch of info. So. Go watch the Rolex 24. It'll be tomorrow.
I was about to say that's tomorrow.
It is
1:30 p.m. I think.
Yes.
And is that a 12-hour race or is that a
24-hour?
Is that a 24-hour? Okay,
Yeah.
So
twice around the clock, baby.
Yeah.
January 24th to the 25th.
And that's what course is that at?
Daytona
is
International
at
Speedway.
Daytona? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a great shout. Daytona. Sorry.
60 entries.
Anytime I see that arcade boxcar video game, I have to play it at least once.
There's some sort of magic about it. Any of those games are awesome.
I don't care if all the Daytona arcade games are 30, 40 years old. I love the janky graphics and how it's just, it doesn't feel like an actual car, but it's great. I love it.
It has a charm to it.
It has a charm. It's that I don't know.
A little bit of nostalgia.
Yeah. Didn't Sega make that game? I think it was
so.
Sega. Yeah.
What, you don't want to shill out $80 for the NASCAR 25 game? Buy iRacing.
At that point, at least iRacing is just a better one. Or just
that's the gold edition. It's normally $60. My bad.
Oh, okay. I mean, at that point, just buy Gran Turismo or wait until Forza 6.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm my favorite racing game is Forza Horizon. So
Really?
I'm pumped.
I was big. So I found out I really liked motorsport in it was Forza 4. It was Forza Motorsport 4. It was the one with the Ferrari 548 Italia on the cover.
Yeah.
That was like prime like Xbox 360 days. Like that was great. I became an Aston fan in my freshman year of college. I played the I guess the story mode in F121 or F122 was the one with like I forgot the guy's name, but it was like it was basically the F1 movie but in a video game. But then I was like, oh wait, this green team's kind of cool, and I knew who Sebastian Vettel was. He raced for that team. That's cool, but still, that's I don't know. I think I said that on a previous episode, but still.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay. I
have over 500 hours in Gran Turismo 7.
Holy smokes.
I have a steering wheel and pedals, so it is very fun.
Oh, yeah, same here. I think I've spent over a month and a half of my life on one of the Forza games.
Dude, I think...
it's embarrassing, but worth it.
I would love to actually like sit down and actually like assemble a driving sim. My
I hope you were willing to spend over $5,000.
I was about to say they're very expensive. But yeah, Alex, if you want to like plug in anything for the SAE team, please do so. Like, sure. I want your guys' name out there as much as I possibly can.
Like I said, we're in the basement level of the engineering building. I think we're room B51, or we're at least across the hall from that, if that isn't our room. But we have an Instagram account, WVU Formula. We have a Discord channel. You can find us at any of the engineering, Statler, like Meet the Clubs events or anything like that. Stop down anytime. 90% of the time there's someone in the office, so anytime come down, ask for a tour around the place. We're always happy to show anyone anything. Yeah. And how can one get into contact if they want to sort of join the club if they're at West Virginia? If you want my personal Mix email, like while I'm still here, ASW00031@Mix. You can email me asking about the club. Happy to respond. Doxed. Or just stop down to the shop and say hi to one of us, because we're all talking with each other. We're a pretty tight-knit team. We like to think of ourselves like a little racing family. Sure. So we are always talking to each other, letting the team leads know, all that. So always happy to help. Yeah. And both. I mean, I know AJ and Cece aren't here to be here with us. They've got other obligations, but I know Blake and I are very, very happy that you have been able to come and talk with us. Like this is something that I've been wanting to do for about a year and a half. So this is sort of a little dream come true for me. So thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a blast. Yes, thank you so much. We will definitely get this episode up today. I didn't even say the date. Oh my goodness! It is so there is shame on you. It is the 23rd. So when I open up episodes, I have this script. Okay, it's the same thing every time. Every time I say, all right, it's welcome in to Podium, and then everybody. All right, except that one time I did a Matt Pat impression, but that was but anyways, I say I open the episode up, I say the date, and I give the weather. I don't know how that started. I still don't know how that started. I think it was just a joke that I did, and then it just kept going. I feel like that's a good way to do it, though. Yeah. I think that's a good tradition. Consistency. And when I graduate in May, whoever I pick to be the next host better continue that tradition. If it will be me, I will not be doing that. Why? I'm gonna have something different every time. No, I'll just be like, all right. It's got to be it's a tradition. Hey, y'all, welcome to Pit Podium. But yeah, Texas, I'm gonna be like, howdy, y'all. Let's welcome back to Pit to Podium, where we are here in Texas. I just realized that was actually probably really loud. Regardless, I should have muted your mic now. Sorry. I'll tell you what. That's some real fine disrespect right there. Anyways, but yeah, Alex, thank you so much for joining us. I think your mic is back on. Thank you so much for joining us. Definitely. If you want to stay in contact, tell us more about what's going on. Please let me know. Absolutely, I will definitely say whatever you want me to say on the show. Like whatever
whatever big things happen, I will definitely. I'd be more than happy to help you guys, get your word out. But this has been what episode did you say this was? This was 35. Yeah.
Yes.
But from Alex, myself, Andrew Hartlove, and Blake Fuchs, I want to say thank you so much for listening to episode 35 of the Pit to Podium podcast. We'll be back next week, where I think we might have another interview set up. So be big surprises here for Pit to Podium. But like I said, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week. So bye bye.